Fuck.
Ah! Fuck! Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Tales of Solare. We are the Half-Rest Heroes, and this is episode 8 of the Phowl Phantoms. Previously, the Phantoms' escapades on Fire Island ended up getting them captured by the island's natives. As compensation to help them clear their names of potential wrongdoings, the islanders proposed 3 trials for the Phantoms to pass. Trials 1 and 2 went by rather painlessly and quick. However, what culminated in the final trial was a scorching battle between a legendary monster of the island, Lord Cucamonga. After a heated battle, the Phantoms were able to come out on top, and once they returned back to the village, they were met with some rather sour faces as they were told that these trials were all a ruse to get rid of them. And taking offense to that, the Phantoms quickly darted before any more conflict could occur. But little did the islanders know, however, that the Phantoms had an ace in the hole in Minerva, who was able to successfully sneak a chunk of Rite off the island.
2 chunks.
2 chunks.
Getting a hand. That's how cool stuff.
And now the Phantoms are returning to Calpheon to deliver the Rite back to the Council of Fire. So, we won't really ponder with travel too much, but we'll just kick it right back off in Calpheon. So, you guys arrive at the shores of Calpheon. You guys just unload the boat real quick, and Marner pretty soon afterwards is like, alright, let's head back, and surely enough, he leads you guys back through the city. Nothing too different about from when you left. Everything seems pretty much as it was. Yeah. Anything to address beforehand, or do you just want to get right to it?
Hey, Ricard.
What's up?
Obviously, we want to do some negotiation. Do you think you could handle that for us?
100%.
Alright. Thank you. We're not gonna sell ourselves cheap this time.
Alright. So, Marner and the rest of you head on through the city. Eventually make it to the council chambers. And you guys arrive inside, and sure enough, first thing you see is Durgle sort of standing out, just out in the open, out in the main floor. He notices Marner, as well as the rest of you, and very friendly waves over to y'all. Ah, if it isn't the Phantoms and Marner. So, how was it? How was your time on the island?
It was the time.
Educational.
Bit scary.
Made through it.
Ah, yes. You never know with those island folk. They sure are quite different than we are. But glad to see you're all alive and well. Anyway, I believe we should discuss your payment. The council has authorized me to give you whatever you desire. Although we have given a what's the word? can't think of the word. We have given like a starter reward, but that can be subject to change.
We take gold.
Gold is nice.
Okay, but what's here? Let's before we start saying what's before we start saying something. What's the starting reward?
You all receive a bag of holding, 1,000 gold. What was the third thing, Ethan?
Healing potions.
Oh yeah, and 5 healing potions.
Do we want to discuss this as a group privately before we make a decision?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, let's turn around and do a huddle 3 feet from him real quick.
3 feet away.
What are you guys thinking?
Well, gold always goes a long way. It could further our adventures as a group, but looks like Arrow's a little interested in that starter award.
I think we can always negotiate for a higher price. Working in a store, you get used to bargaining.
I've been known once or twice to be a little bit of a convincer. I could try and see if they're willing to give us a little bit more than they're willing right now.
Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, yeah, I was planning on negotiating with them. I just wanted to know what they were first offering before, so we didn't undersell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Sure.
Listen, all I'm saying is, these fuckers think this has the potential to bring back the sun.
Do you think it has the ability to bring back the sun?
I have no clue. But that's not.
Oh, so you're thinking it's more valuable than they're letting on.
Yes. Whether we believe it's that valuable, they certainly do.
Should we somewhat hold it hostage, I guess?
I mean, we can negotiate for...
They've already given a decent starting point. We're just kind of trying to get more.
Which I'm sure we could.
Mm-hmm.
How much more is my question.
Well, I'd say that's up to our master negotiator right here.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, back at the academy during my classes, I was known for my ability to debate. Some even called me a master debater.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, I'll turn around
5
and
times fast.
I'll go. So, I was talking with my group here, and they bring up a good point. I mean, we're talking like the solution to the massive problem that we've been dealing with, that no one else has been able to come up with a solution. I think that's worth a little bit more than just some measly gold, don't you think? Our friend persuade him to give us more than what they already offered.
Make a persuasion check.
Not great. 14.
It's not bad.
You bring up a valid point. Although, I do think this is pretty generous for a starting kit. These are all very useful tools for starting adventurers such as yourselves. But let me hear you out. What more would you want?
Well, as a group, we're more than willing to continue to help out on these crusades, wherever you might need us.
Out your mouth, that's not what we said. No.
I did not agree to that either.
Listen, all we're saying is you told us that you believe, whether it's true or not, you believe that this has the potential to bring back the sun. I'm not saying that this isn't a generous starting reward at all. It certainly is. All I'm saying is it should be at least something more for something that you believe can bring back the sun. The thing that is suddenly vanished from the sky, disappeared, no one knows what happens. And you sent people to go to this island to get it, and here we are with 2 pieces of it.
Alright, then you can keep one of the pieces. Of course, we only asked for one.
Don't think you did.
Yeah, they might have.
Wasn't the whole point to
Whether
get 2?
you asked for 1 or 2, regardless, if we only believe even if you wanted to, if we believe that you are only again, you want this to bring back the sun. Yeah, so it's like we don't, even if you saying, you basically offering us that we can keep the second one, that's not an offer. We brought it back. If we decide that your offer isn't good enough to begin with, we don't have to give you any of it.
Then name your price.
I'm saying what you said, plus 2 more healing potions, 250 more gold.
Done.
That was easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Your deeds have not gone unnoticed, and we very much appreciate the hard work that you put in. So it's only fair that we compensate you in the right way. So to clarify, that is 1,250 gold, 7 healing potions, 1 of the pieces of the fire right, and a bag of holding. Sound
I
good?
believe it's correct.
Wait, is that for like 1 for each of us, or just 1?
I think that's overall.
Overall.
It's total.
Yes, 1,250 gold total, 7 healing potions total, 1 bag of holding for the group, and 1 fire right for the group.
Are we in agreement that that's a fair price, or do we want to talk this over more?
I think this is fine.
I'm good with it.
I'm also good with it.
All right.
Looks like we have a deal.
He reaches out his hand for you to shake.
I'll shake it.
Pleasure doing business. Now, what's your guys' next move here?
Real quick. Who wants to hold on to the bag of holding?
I can hold on to it.
Alright. So Yutaka, that means you're going to be in charge of the party funds and all the party inventory.
Summoner can hold on to it.
Alright.
Also,
Well-
do we want to do it real quick? Do we want to say 250 into the party funds and then 200 each?
That
Sure.
sounds good.
Sure.
Alrighty. So everyone just had 200 gold to your funds.
Well, now that that's settled, and if you guys aren't in a hurry to go anywhere, I do have someone I would like you to meet.
Alright.
Who would
Of
that be?
course. I mean, if you guys are too busy, it's understandable, but I can go grab them real quick if you guys want to stay put.
I mean, we don't
We'll
got
wait
anywhere
here.
to be too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they're interesting. Hopefully it's not like your mom or someone, because I don't need to meet her again. And I look to Stella, I'm like, huh?
How do you know his mom?
I believe it's your mom joke.
I
It was very funny. I appreciate the joke. It was very funny.
Thank you. Joffrey's just gonna facepalm and then just walk away.
That was. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. It was a good joke. It was good.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Never gets jokes. It's very sad.
Well, in that case, I will go grab them right away. Hang tight. So, about 10-15 minutes pass or so. Finally, Durgle returns. He is accompanied by a small teenage boy. That's what he looks like.
I don't think this is his mom.
No, I don't think so.
Phantoms, I would like you to meet Callum Socorro. He's the current leader of Agni and the Avatar of Fire.
Can you type that in notes? Or, yeah.
What does he look like?
In the Discord.
It's, pleased to meet you, Your Highness.
Pleasure's all mine. I hear you all accomplish a very hard deed for us.
Out of curiosity, what process does this fire rite help in your pursuit of restoring the sun?
Fire-Rite is a very ancient mineral that can be found on the continent here. While a lot of its origins are still quite unknown, there's many believers within the country as well as the continent itself that these stones were figments of the sun god Sol. They say that they're blessings that Sol had rained down upon on the continent a long time ago. So, if we're to believe that that connection to Sol is still true, then that's the best chance we can hope for. However, there are only a select number of individuals who are able to bring out the power of these stones. And I myself happen to be one of those people.
Quite incredible.
In about one day, we will perform a special ritual of sorts to help draw out the stone's power. I myself will be performing this ritual right here in the council chambers. And I would like to offer an invitation to you all, if you would like to watch.
Brendan, I want to insight check this man. See if he's just basically talking out his ass.
Sure.
Dirty 20.
No, he seems to be genuine.
Alright.
At first glance, it's kind of hard to really tell because he's still kind of a kid, but his words do seem truthful to you.
This ritual seems pretty interesting. I'd love to see it.
Can I make an insight check to kind of get an idea of, does he kind of command a presence of him telling everyone what to do and him what's what, or does he feel like more of a puppet and like it feels like more his advisors are the ones in control?
Yeah, you can insight check that.
Alrighty. That's not a great. That's a 9.
It's kind of hard to really determine. From your best judgment, you think that he probably is most likely not necessarily being controlled, but mentored very heavily from, some of his advisors, as you said. But he does seem like a respectable kid.
Alright. Well, I'd be up for it. How about the rest of you?
Of course.
Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to check it out.
Sure.
Is there anything we can assist with in the meantime?
Oh no, you can leave all of the preparations to us. All you need to do is bring yourselves.
Alright.
The ritual will be held at the top of the council chambers in 24 hours, I guess. Kind of hard to determine with, it being dark out and whatnot, but be back here in a day and we will kick it off.
Sounds good. Guess we'll have to find a way to occupy ourselves in the meantime.
We could always go looking around the city.
Sure. I have a
certainly
couple of
encourage you to
ideas.
do so. Calpheon has a number of wonderful things to do, and I hope you get to experience them all.
Yeah. Well, if we're ready to kind of explore, before you guys head off, I'd like to have a brief discussion about a communication via colored lantern. As interesting as doing a sort of prolonged code over flashes of light, I fear that such communication would be very long-winded. So maybe if we're out on an operation, I can try stuff like this, and I'll turn it green. This would mean that our mission is commencing successfully so far. Switch it to red. Mission has failed, or we've run into some complications. I'd like to try something, Brendan.
What is that?
How dark is it in this room?
In the council chamber?
Yeah.
It's pretty well lit.
Okay. Can I kind of take a step? Is there somewhere I can take a step outside where it's like, or somewhere that's like pitch dark, pitch black dark?
The darkest part of the city would probably be like near the docks. Like
Is
right.
there maybe like a is there maybe like a storage room or something in the building? That we could just close the door where there's no windows? Well, I guess the windows wouldn't really
Or
matter.
just like a closet?
Yeah.
Yes, we can lead you down to the basement.
Okay.
It can get pretty dark down there.
If I were to color the flame in my lantern black, what is that? What does that look like? Can you see it in pitch black darkness, or no? And because dark vision is a thing, and I don't know how that works with that.
I think most of us have like night vision, don't we?
Yeah, but like it's in dark vision kind of puts things in a grayscale.
Oh, okay.
Is this something you're asking, Callum?
Who's asking you?
I'm asking you, the
Oh, me?
DM, what
Okay.
it looks like when I
The
turn
great
my
DM in the
lantern's
sky.
flame black.
If I had to imagine, I would say the flame would probably look just like very muted. It would still like give off light, but obviously it would just look kind of like, yeah, just like what I said, very abstract of color and just pretty much very dark.
You think if we kind of, you said we're in the basement, if you step away a little bit further away, is there like a certain distance where it becomes very hard to like see it at all, or is it noticeable enough to be like, oh yeah, there's still people over there?
I'd say once you get about between 20 and 30 feet away from it, the flame is still visible. It's just it blends in very well with the surrounding darkness. What you can distinguish it from is basically there's sort of like a hesitation in the air. You can kind of see just, you know, it's like when you see on a hot summer day like the asphalt, you can see it sort of get all like,
There's like almost a distortion in the air.
yeah.
I see. Cool. Alrighty. And this could be for, could mean commencing stealth. This would be for more, close range communication, but if they would. But if there we have two groups and we see this change, it can mean that not to do any further communication. Expect any further communication for a while.
Okay,
Any
but-
other ideas? There's
but
plenty other
Also,
colors on rainbow.
real quick, how useful will that be if only one person can do it?
It's
If there's two groups and there's one side and like your side is good, but the other is not, that doesn't really help.
I think it's more or less for scouting. It's one-way communication, unless someone else knows a bit of thaumaturgy.
But I mean, also on the other hand, are you best suited for going out there stealthing and scouting out?
I am fairly stealthy.
I'll say because if not, then I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it doesn't really work for only one side. Because again, if like you said before, if we're like split up into two groups, as you just used as an example, it doesn't really work if only one side can do it.
Do you not have a power that does a similar thing where you can communicate one way?
Only probably not up to those distances where we'd be using fire.
I don't know. It could be helpful. Like if we're far enough away that you can't make eye contact, but someone could see the fire.
Yeah, I think
Again, yeah,
it'll
that's what I'm
just
saying.
be-
I'm just saying if
Oh,
it's, but I feel like they'd be better if if it could go both ways.
oh, I see.
If well, if we have, maybe we can look for an item that can replicate such a thing.
Hold on. I think I can do colored fire.
You can?
Yeah. I could use my dancing lights and I'll cast it in like a blue color and then put it out.
How many colors can you do?
I think, I mean, it doesn't say I can't, or it doesn't really specify what color it is, I guess.
Maybe the intensity of the heat could change the colors, like a normal fire does.
I mean, it can make them glowing orbs or lanterns, but it doesn't specify what color. So I don't know.
I think
whether
that's another DM discretion thing.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Hmm. Let me see here.
One of those things that are so specific to certain spells.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't give any parameters to what the orb or anything can look like. So yeah, it's up to you.
And if so, that would definitely help because then Minerva isn't as does take a little bit.
I am going to say you can, but
Yay.
it requires certain components, certain
Okay.
items. So
Such a
before, when you've used it, I haven't had you needing to get these items to use it, but if we're going to do this color thing, I will require it going forward. So in the basic cantrip description, spell description, it says you need a bit of phosphorus, or witchwood, or a glowworm.
weird.
Well, this
Okay.
works out because
Birds love worms.
I'm a lot more stealthier than Minerva, so we can have it so that whenever there's a certain scouting mission, I'll be with one group and Minerva can be with the more stationary group.
That sounds good.
Sounds like it'll be really helpful.
Any other ideas for what other colors of light could mean? We have just a green, red, and black. Maybe a retreat.
Those seem pretty good
flame.
for now. Maybe if we come into a situation where we think a certain thing might happen, like a more specific thing, maybe we could come up with another color at the time. But
Mhm.
maybe they could be interchangeable for specific quests.
Sounds good. Well, that's all I have for now. I've got some shopping I'd like to do, so I think we can all. Oh, are we staying here for the
I think they said we could We could explore the town a bit before tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm more talking about a place to like sleep.
Oh,
I'm sure we can find an inn or a hotel to stay for the night. I mean, we did just come across a lot of gold.
Sure. Then we can we'll find an inn, and then we'll do
Yeah,
some.
unfortunately, the council chambers don't really have any sleeping quarters, so.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find an inn, and then we'll just find a way to spend the time, and then regroup.
sounds good.
Alright. Before you guys head off, Callum is gonna stop you, Silmanor, and just politely ask, like, "Oh, you are quite experienced with lanterns. Where did you learn all of this?"
Well, family owned a shop selling them. It's a very niche skill set, but I try them to make the most of it.
Well, I compliment you on your skills. They're very impressive. Say, if you ever want to put those skills to some more use, you should come back for our annual Lantern Festival. We could sure use a lot of help in making as many lanterns as possible.
There's a bit of a pause. When
Joffrey just looks right at Silmanor for his reaction.
Yeah. I appreciate the invitation. I think I'll pass. Maybe another time.
Alright. Didn't mean to pry, but the offer still stands.
I'll nod. And just rejoin the group.
Alright.
I'm just gonna like pull Silmanor aside. I'm like, no, lanterns are like half your personality. Why'd you reject the offer?
I think recent events have kind of turned me off of such events.
Oh, are you talking about the bookstore that
No, you don't need to talk about it.
Oh, okay. All right. We only burned down part of the store.
That really wasn't the problem.
All right, I won't pry.
Alright. Yeah, so you guys catch up with everyone else, and you guys are off to explore the city. So I will drop this in here for y'all. So the city is made up of 6 main sort of sectors, sort of going from the inside out. Where you are is sort of old Calpheon, or well, actually, where you are is the city chambers, where that darker red is. Just outside of that area is Old Calpheon. This is sort of like the oldest part of town. This has a lot of very historical buildings, a lot of different like small shops, and this is mainly where the majority of pedestrian traffic sort of forms. There's Calpheon Harbor, obviously, where you guys left from to go to the island. Torch Grove. This is just sort of a more densely populated neighborhood, mostly residential, and basically what's unique about this is that every home is in every street actually in particular is lined with a different color of torch to sort of signify which area you're in. The Ring of Fire. This is where mainly you will find the sort of gallery of lanterns that you guys saw when entering the city for the first time. Then finally, Ashburn Yards. This is obviously the largest sector, mainly more lower end, not as densely populated, but still mostly residential as well. Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to say that I just quickly saw Toby put not enough gifts, and my brain just read it as not enough gilfs, and I was really concerned for a second of what the fuck Toby was talking about. Just needed to share that with everyone.
Very cool.
So, where would you like to go first?
Outside.
I would definitely like to go shopping.
Yeah, I want to look around because I want to start working on something.
Okie dokie. So, as I mentioned, a lot of the shopping is right there in Old Calpheon, so pretty much just a stone's throw away. So, you guys head out of the council chambers, and basically just head straight over to the shopping district in Old Calpheon. Is there anything in particular anyone's looking for right now?
I probably would have better chance finding this maybe near like a religious district, but I'm on the hunt for a type of magic item called a what is it called? Prayer. I think it's the necklace of prayer beads.
Okay.
And knowing that it's either on how one would be able to either buy such a thing or maybe make one, because I know that it's a rare item and it might be easier for me to, if taught the process, maybe make it myself.
Yeah, so what I would recommend is finding a local jeweler. They probably would be your best bet.
Alright. I'll head there then.
Alright.
Yeah, and I want to we'll ask around people who would know about like for crafting stuff because I want to look for things to craft a headband of intellect.
Your best bet is probably wanting to find a some sort of clothing mill of some sort. Probably a tailor, maybe.
I want to go and find a blacksmith, I guess, for weapons and armor, and or a seller of like raw metals, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Minerva.
Alright.
I'll probably go to like a library and just read.
Okie dokie.
I also have the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're holding a bag.
As pawned off to you by Joffrey.
Right.
Oh,
Alright.
we should probably put this in here, and I'll take out the Firite, the one we didn't give away, and I'll give it to Silmanor.
All right.
Yeah, so Matt, let's start off with you. Could you send me that item? I can't seem to find it.
Okay. Brendan. There you are. And I'm more or less expecting to learn the process of crafting it myself more than buying it, because I probably wouldn't have the funds on me right now to do the full price of that.
Alright. Yeah, so you find a jeweler. Jules.
Jules.
Of course. Head on in, and you're greeted by a fire genasi lady. She seems to be kind of bored sitting at the counter. And then once you walk in, she kind of perks up and she's just like, "Oh, thank goodness! I was about to pass out. I'm glad someone was able to come in today. Anyway, how can I help you, sir?"
Well, I'm looking to craft a necklace of prayer beads. I've heard that doing so requires a number of rare gems, or, well, a number of gems and certain intelligence about the process of preparing them for that. Would you know anything about that?
A necklace of prayer beads. Now that's a rare one. Well, what I can tell you is that once... Ethan, I don't have my phone with me. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Alright, yes, so what I can tell you, is that the necklace, as you said, requires many different gemstones, but the gemstones are not very easy to find. What you'll need in particular to craft them is probably one wizard fish gills, and starstone shards. And for the actual necklace cord, you'll probably want to find some ironweed. And then, once you have all of those, I would suggest taking it to a jeweler and they can assemble the necklace for you. However, that's only the first step. After that, you are going to want to take it to whichever temple of whichever goddess you like to pray to and have it be blessed there. That way it can activate its powers.
Alright. You said starstone shards. Wizard gills?
Wizard fish gills.
Wizard fish gills. an ironweed for the cord. Okay. And then assembly is fairly simple, but you just have to have it blessed after that. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know where these shards are, would you?
Typically they can be found within caves, although they're very rare. Wizardfish gills are a bit more easy to come by. In the country of Meridia, there are a number of different lakes with wizardfish living in them, so you are able to catch a few wizardfish in these lakes and loot them of their gills.
You're fishing
Do you know if that's a?
monster.
Do you know if that's an exported good of theirs?
I do not believe so. I think the wizardfish are also somewhat rare, and I do know. Bro, you're making me open so much stuff.
What's the name of this Ganassi's mother? Tell me your secrets. What's in this book on the wall?
Give me a second.
What is Minerva's favorite color?
Alright, I misspoke
Light
according
blue.
to Ethan.
Ah.
I misspoke according to Ethan. They're not found in Meridia, but they are found in Sargrim as well as Agni. So,
Sorry.
If you lied.
As well as Agni, so you know where we are.
yes.
All right.
Currently, she has a single wizardfish gill for sale.
How many do I need?
Well, let's see. There are, was that 6 on the necklace, 6 gemstones. So I'd say 1 for each.
All right. How much would that cost me for that 1 gill?
Yeah, they are pretty pricey. Can give it to you for 175.
I almost kind of look behind me and for Ricard or Joffrey, and then I'm like, all right, and then turn back and go. Seems like a very specialized niche demand. Maybe you can just put it slightly down to 150.
Well, you are my first customer all day, so tell you what, give it to you for 155 and we'll call it even.
Fair enough.
Alright. You have acquired 1 wizardfish gill. Congratulations.
All right. And lastly, the ironweed. Any idea where that would be?
If I had to guess, probably either Sargrim or Viridi. Although ironweed isn't too hard to come by. Usually it's found more so in mountainous regions, so there could even be some in the northern part of Gedalia.
Very well. I appreciate your help.
It's calling to us.
I feel a chill go down my spine.
Will that
Alright.
be all for you today, sir?
I think so.
Very well. Have a wonderful day. Night. You know what I mean.
Have a good time. Sure.
Alright. Let's jump to retire next.
Just want to ask around for basically the same thing that Solare is doing, but for Headband of Intellect.
Yeah, so you find the local tailor. Just sort of ask him about the Headband of Intellect. And he says that you'll need calcinium and a mind lily.
Alcinium and Mind Lily.
Mm-hmm.
How much of each, and where would I find those?
Well, mind lilies can probably be found in Gedalia. Probably most likely deep within the Rainbow Forest. Calcinium, on the other hand. Ethan, what do you think? I'm gonna go to my other DM here.
Probably caves that are like on the ocean.
You say caves on the ocean?
Like more oceanfront, or just like the ocean.
So by the ocean.
By the ocean / in the ocean sometimes.
Do I just need one of each of these, or?
Give me a second. I will say you'll need 2 mind lilies, and about 5 calcinium.
Alrighty. Thank you for your time and help, and I'll leave, and then I'll also make my way towards a library of some sort, like Joffrey.
All right. Well, why don't we do that then? I'll have you and Joffrey sort of meet at the library. Joffrey had already been there for a little bit, but you come over and just hang out with him for a little bit as well. So is there any particular books you guys are looking for? Any information you're looking to read up upon?
I'll see if there's any books on Soul Edge.
Okay.
I probably would have started reading about like the city and the specific region we're in, just try to get some insights about like the culture and significant landmarks, things like that.
Card, you find a basic like geography book on just the continent as a whole, and you flip to the Verity section. You find Soul Edge. Basically, it's a lot of the stuff that you already know. Solage was the first establishment on the continent. It is the oldest city on the continent. They are very notoriously and very heavily worshippers of Sol. Basically, the city itself is kind of laid out to sort of match like the rays of a sun. And right at the center of it is the first Temple of Sol. And that's about all that you learn.
Alrighty.
Joffrey, you pick up a just basic like history of Agni book. Basically, first section talks about Calpheon. Basically, it talks about it being the country's capital. It's where the Council of Fire sort of meets monthly to discuss the nation. It's a very simple city with this massive temple at the center, which is where you guys were just at, which serves as like the council chambers, the government building. There are sort of rings of houses and shops that are kind of around this temple, and it's sort of one of the most wealthiest cities in the continent, and certainly the most wealthy city in Agni, just because it is so close to Eden in particular. And it is part of what's called Agni's Synthal district, which is the largest district in the nation.
Cool. I'll just be better equipped kind of about the knowledge of the area. And then I'll see Ricard enter. I'll say, oh, hey, how'd your shopping go?
I didn't really do much shopping. I was just looking to make something, so I was just getting information on that.
Oh, very well. I'm just reading. If you want to grab a book, you're welcome to join me. Just killing some time while everyone else is getting stuff done.
Yeah, I just wanted to come and figure some stuff out, see if I can get information on things.
Yeah, that chair right there is empty. Feel free to join.
I'll just sit with Joffrey as I read.
Alright. Well, while you two are reading, let's go to our last two, Minerva and Arrow. So you guys said you guys were going to look for a blacksmith, correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Well, you find a blacksmith. You head on in, and the store owner is at the counter and sort of ask what he can do for you guys.
Hi. I was looking to inquire about some armor or armor part or raw materials to use in smithing.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for either adamantite or mithril, enough to make a plate, full plate, or just plate armor.
Well, I can say we do have some adamantite, but it is gonna cost you a pretty penny.
How much is that?
For 5 pieces of adamantite, is going to cost 200 even.
And would that give me enough to craft plate armor?
You would be able to craft a chest piece, but
Okay.
not a full set.
Okay, like out of character, does that mean like I could craft the plate? Or do I only get like a part?
Is it like half plate?
Well, the
Yeah.
armor is just adamantine plate that I'm looking.
Maybe you wouldn't be able to
Well,
craft
because
it
I'm
yet.
pretty sure that's just
enough.
plate armor made out of adamantine. So
Mm,
yeah, so it's just adamantine plate armor. So it's plate armor made out of adamantine. So
how do I want to handle this?
There are rules about special materials for things. Each special material has a value modifier that indicates how rare it is and how expensive an item made of the material is. To determine the price of an item made of a special material, multiply the item's normal price by the VM of the special material it was made of. Adamantine has a value modifier of 3, so it's 3 times as expensive as normal plate armor, which I think is already very, very expensive.
yeah, it's like yeah,
It's
what?
1500.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what? 4,500.
500. Okay, never mind.
That's a later game thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
What about you,
right.
Arrow? You have anything you want?
I think my short bow could be better. Do you have any short bows I could look at?
We do. We don't have a very large selection, but you can take a look around if you'd like.
Sure. Hold on. Trying to see what mine, like what the exact stats of mine are. All right. Are there any short bows I can look at specifically?
Trying to see. Why is D&D Beyond like not giving me much options on searching items?
Alright, so in the homebrew folder that is shared in the resources channel, it is the third link in that channel, very third, that has a bunch of homebrew stuff. The article of Amazing Armaments is a lad to look at here. It's got details on tags, on special materials. So take a read.
Okay.
You guys couldn't tell, this is like the one area as a DM I really need to like improve is like understanding items and stuff.
We're giving you practice.
Yeah.
I'm there with
Ha
you.
ha ha ha. Wah ha ha ha.
Yeah, I have no idea, so I'll just wait for my armor stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I made my character a weaponsmith, but I was like, I don't actually know how to do weaponsmithing in D&D. So that would be something I'd have to learn too.
Study up that a lot of details. Probably everything you need.
There is a lot of details.
The blacksmith arrow has one short bow that is a +1 short bow, but that's
Oh.
like the only thing really that's slightly better than what you have.
Are there any other range weapons available here?
There's a heavy crossbow.
What's the damage on that one?
I mean, I don't know if I can find the damage necessarily. I mean, it's 1d10, but like,
Oh, D10.
yeah.
That might be better than what I have. Mine's like a D6 plus 2, so I'm trying to find something that like I don't use range weapons very often, but it's like a lot weaker than my normal great axe. So I'm like, if I can up my range damage, then that'll help me out if I'm like not able to attack up close.
Yeah, he has this heavy crossbow, but it is 50 gold.
All right.
So that's what you want to get?
Yeah.
Alright. It is yours.
It is mine.
But you also need to buy ammunition for it, so.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
Luckily,
that's
crossbow
nothing.
bolts aren't very expensive. They're a gold piece per. So, how many would you like to buy?
Let's see. Okay, wait. So how much was the crossbow?
The crossbow itself was 50, and then the crossbow bolts, or yeah, the arrows, are a gold piece per arrow. So
So we'll
Per
do-
arrow or per like 20?
is it per 20? I don't know if it specifies.
So wait, you're saying one arrow is 20 gold? Or is it the opposite?
No, we're trying to figure out either it's a gold per one arrow or a gold per 20 arrows.
But there's only one of arrow.
I am, to be frank.
Oh,
To be frank.
my bad. Not called arrow.
There is
it's
only
called
one arrow,
frank.
to be frank.
Yeah.
I am frank. You thought I forgot. I did not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if D&D Beyond specifies how many are in, but yeah, I think
Yeah, you can decide.
yeah, I'll be nice. You can use 1 gold for a pack of 20 of them.
Crossbow
bundle size
bolts, 20 half gold piece. Cost 0.05 gold pieces.
20
0.5?
arrows.
0.05?
Point,
You can get 40.
0.05 gold pieces.
So a gold is 20.
How many can I get for 1 gold? I'm trying to.
Well, that's
20.
20?
so do you get 20 bundles?
20 bundles.
So you have 400 bolts.
For 1 gold?
Yeah, it says cost 0.05 gold pieces. I literally just typed in crossbow and D&D Beyond, and there's crossbow bolts, ammunition, bundle size 20, weight 0.08 pounds, cost
That just
0.05 GP.
marks how much, like, how much you can get at once. Like they come in packs of 20. Because that's an insane amount of bolts for gold.
I was gonna say 400 seems like a lot.
I'm just reading what it says.
DNB
So-
also says 1 for 1 if you actually
Does
look
it?
at a specific item.
Does it?
So 20 for a gold there. Just
Yeah,
Okay,
Call
I'm
it.
giving you 1 gold.
you
For
get
20
20
of those.
bolts. Alright.
Okay. That's all I'm here for.
Joseph's gonna cry if he watches this video.
Yeah, it is.
How much would it cost to get for me to like craft like a tier 1 tag on armor?
For you to craft it, you yourself, it's just, it would be, because it's not made out of anything special or it's not magical. The tier 1 would be 50 gold if you craft it yourself.
Okay. And I would probably have to like go to a specific place to craft it, right?
Yeah, I mean, just really any smithery.
Oh, so could I
Well, if you have smithing tools, right?
Yeah, or that.
have them on me? So I know I did smithing on. Nice. I don't think I have any on me. Shit. So left. How much? 20 gold. Okay. Alright, so I guess. Well, Arrow, are you done?
Yeah, I'm finished.
I guess I would like to go and find somewhere where I can upgrade some of my armor and buy smithing.
You need smith's tools?
Yeah, I actually don't have any on me, surprisingly.
You can borrow mine if you need.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Thanks. So I guess I'll borrow arrows.
Alright. And all you need to find is a smithery?
Yep.
I just want to say, part of, like you were saying, Joseph's gonna die watching this. I'm dying looking at the fact that Arrow has Smith's tools, doesn't actually have proficiency in it, and then Minerva has proficiency but doesn't actually
Yeah.
have the tools.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's a
at
group
most, I was
effort.
like, I remembered I was like, I think I had that, but I forgot to. I haven't made a lot of characters before, so there's things that I've forgotten, and I was realizing I was like, oh, I should
Well,
probably.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
I
We're
mean-
all still fairly new.
The last
Yeah.
set that Minerva
I
had,
was like,
I mean, I
aw.
guess technically wasn't hers either, I'd imagine, so.
I was like, oh, oops.
Yeah. And he said it's 50 gold per.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're doing it yourself, it'll be 50 gold for a tier 1 tag.
Okay, Weapon Kev has many tier 1 tags and tier. Oh, where is. Say, armor.
Armor, you can have 2 of each tier.
Okay, cool. So tier 1 is 50. Alright, then I'll make. Oh, what kind of like check do I have to pass? To like make stuff?
I thought if you're just proficient in them, you just like do it.
Well, that's in the pamphlet of profitable proficiencies that describes Smith's tools.
I know you can use
There's
strength.
so much.
I know you can use strength because of Karak.
Why did I not put something in here?
Strength, intelligence, or wisdom, probably.
So,
I will
so
let
Minerva
you
can
use
choose any
any
of
it.
those.
Yeah, I will let you use any of them.
All right, so strengths, and then do I add my proficiency bonus since I'm proficient with
Yes.
spells? Okay. This is technically, would this be an ability check?
I think so.
No.
No.
No. Okay. So I guess I can't use that. And what would happen if I fail? For like later.
I mean, I guess you just don't get it.
Okay. Would I be able to like try again and buy like new materials?
I mean, yeah, but spend your wasted money. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering because I don't know how any of this works. Okay, I guess I'll do my first one, and I will upgrade my.
If you fail, we make a post on your Twitter account.
No.
No.
Okay, so I'll upgrade my chainmail, and I will first do
Wait. Doesn't your thing already have a tag?
my weapon does. I don't think my armor does.
How are you doing your armor right now?
Mm-hmm.
Also, with the Ethan, with the new one, it doesn't stack.
Why?
Like the amount of tags you have doesn't change the price.
Change the DC.
No, it's only if the
Oh my
only
god,
if it's
there's
made of
so many
special
rules.
material or magic item.
Why does it put it there?
Okay, wait.
Either way, you're doing
Oh.
armor.
Wait, let me get this clear. So, can I have multiple tags, or?
But
Yes.
yes, you can.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to start and oh, and I'm guessing the ones that are like prerequisite like medium armor is. Oh wait, hold on.
Because which one are you doing?
I need to check something again. I'm sorry.
Drew, which one are you doing?
No, hold on. I need to check if it's better for me to just to buy medium armor and get one of the medium armor upgrades instead, because that might give me more AC over. But I guess this question matters for like the different like tier 1 tags. The prerequisite medium armor means it can only be done by medium armor.
Yes.
Okay. So just medium armor. Yeah. You know what? We can just go on and come back to me later while I figure this out, if that's okay.
Okay.
Somebody call Joseph.
Well, it's more I need to like calculate things instead of. So yeah, you can just go on and we'll come back.
All right. I mean, most of the rest of the session is kind of determinant on where you guys want to go. So, is there an area of the city that interests you at all?
Well, Summoner is gonna look for a place. Is there any sort of religious district or private place to pray?
There are a few small little like temples, kind of out towards the Ring of Fire district. So it's probably your best bet.
Okay, I'm gonna head there, find maybe a place to kind of worship on my, where I can be kind of alone.
Okay. Yeah. So you find just a local temple to Bel Agnes, the fire god. And you head on inside. Just sort of ask some of the caretakers of the temple, just where you might be able to find a quiet spot to pray. And sure enough, they're very accommodating, and they find a room for you. So
Okay. Once I'm by myself, I'm gonna take out the Firelight. And I'm going to concentrate on it, see if I can feel anything from it.
you just sort of hold it in your hands, kind of just begin to swirl your thoughts, and eventually it gets to a point where the firelight starts to feel like very warm inside your hands. You kind of continue on, and as you do so, you can just feel it getting like warmer and warmer until eventually it begins like scalding hot, that where you drop it on the floor.
After a moment, I kind of lightly touch it. Is it still hot?
No.
Hmm. I'm going to pray, sending my thoughts.
Are you still holding the
Focusing them
stone?
upwards. What?
Are you still holding the stone?
I'll just kind of lightly hold it so that it doesn't burn my hand. Just kind of, almost kind of balance it.
Okay.
And I'm going to send my thoughts upwards, just asking. What can this do? Can I use it?
For a moment, nothing. And as you continue to question, you hear but one simple phrase, and that is, its power is still sealed. But do you have the potential to unlock it? This voice is unfamiliar to you.
Does it sound... can I get a gender from the voice?
It kind of sounds more feminine, but it's kind of like distorted in a way to where it's kind of hard to really tell one way or the other.
Okay. Should I unseal this?
face the power that it holds, there will come a time.
And I'll have to live up to that point. And then for the rest of the session, I'll just kind of I'll pray for another 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Praying for the night to give me strength.
So the last thing that sort of happens as you're praying, once again, as you're holding the stone, you can feel it get warmer and warmer again. This time, though, you sort of try and bear through it as long as you can. And then, all of a sudden, you, like, as your eyes are shut, you, like, feel some sort of, like, light, like, kind of penetrating. And you open your eyes really quick, and there's the faintest of glows coming off from the stone. This glow is, like, very small, kind of just concealed within sort of the center of the stone, but it's a very bright orangish to like yellow glow. The stone itself almost looks like a small, like, star or small sun. As it just sort of twinkles ever so slightly in your hand. But soon after you open your eyes, the glow fades, and the stone no longer becomes hot.
After I'm done with that, I make sure to put some wrappings around the firelight before I stick it back in the bag of holding.
Okay.
I check, steal a quick glance at my blade. Any did it respond at all during my prayers, or did it kind of stay normal?
Were you checking during your prayers if it was?
That's fair. I'll do another hour.
All right.
I'll do another hour. Actually, I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna put the firelight. I'm going to, put the moonlight blade and activate it, and see how each of them respond to getting close to each other.
All right. So you activate the moonlight blade, and you hold them close to one another. The firelight isn't necessarily activated as it kind of was earlier, but holding them close together, there's really no resistance. They don't really have any reaction to each other.
Worth a shot.
Do you want to try praying again? See if that
I'll
works?
pray again. I'll leave them kind of arrayed, almost kind of in front of me, kind of the sword in front of me, but off to the right, and the firelight in front of me and off to the left a little bit.
Okay. You pray. You can feel the Firite begin to do the same thing. As you have both of these things in your hands, slowly you bring your two hands closer and closer together. But at this point, you can feel there is a sort of like magnetic resistance at this point. Like you're holding two magnets at the opposite ends and they're just, not sticking together. They just don't want to seem to come together at all. Eventually, you get them close enough to where it becomes so like hard to just move that you like drop both of them and they kind of just like sort of scatter in either direction across the room.
I'll take out my notepad and just make some scrawlings. Then, satisfied, I'll finish up and put them away.
Okay.
That'll be it for me.
Alright, anything else from anyone else?
Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do for my armor fiasco. Okay. What I want to do is I want to buy some scale mail, which this thing says is worth 50 gold. And I want to sell my chainmail, which this thing says is worth 75.
Alright.
So I'm up 25 gold. And then I want to start on this scale mail, trying to add tags to it. And my first
tag?
I'll start with one. I might, depending on how many tries I may or may not get this.
Okay.
And I want to get the hardened one, which is a tier 1 tag, and it uses my strength modifier instead of dex when calculating my AC. So I will roll with my strengths plus proficiency. Okay, so that
You
is
just need an 11.
Hmm?
You just need to get an 11.
Oh, perfect. Okay. 15.
Alright, you're successful.
Alright. If I were, so that's another 50 gold, so does the AC go, or the like roll
DC?
I need DC go up per the number that I have and
No, it's
per
just by tier. But right now you can only get
It
tier
takes a
1.
day to do that, basically.
Yeah,
Oh, so I can only do one right now, so another day I could come back and do another?
yeah.
Perfect. Alright, I'm good with
But
that.
right now you can only do tier 1.
Oh, okay. I'll ask more about that later. Alright, so I guess I made my scale mail with that tag. Very cool. I am down 25 gold. Total. I added. Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Well, if no one else has any other thing they want to do, I guess we can move along.
Yeah, I'll say I think the only thing that I would do would just be at night and just look at the
It is night.
back of my book before I go to bed. Just
Okay.
reading reading those words in there over and over again, trying to figure something out, but not really like not really anything crazy, just sitting there thinking.
At this point, you hear Jinx pop in your head. This time, the voice of one of those 3 adventurers that you saw in your previous dream begins to speak. And they're just like, well, it certainly has been quite a busy few days.
Certainly has.
Are you certain that you're still trustworthy of all of your fellow allies?
It's tough. Because I feel like none of them have hidden anything of that will directly affect me. But like me, they all have their secrets, but I don't know. I still don't know if everything is aligned.
It is understandable. I wouldn't know much about friendships, but if it were me, I think I would go on my own from here on out. But, of course, I'm only just in your mind alone, so do what you please.
They've definitely, at least some of them have definitely had their uses so far.
Well then, if you feel like you can continue to get use out of them, then stick with them for a little longer.
That's the plan, at least for the moment.
At this point, Jinx has gone quiet, and you're just sort of left wondering and thinking about their words. If they hold any weight. And eventually you just kind of crash and burn. And yeah, you guys did find your inn that you agreed upon. I'm not really gonna make you spend anything else since you already did shopping and whatnot. But we'll just fast forward to the next day, and yeah. So, next day comes. Still dark out, obviously. But you guys head on over to the council chambers once again. And once again you were greeted by Durgle. Ah, welcome back, Phantoms. How was your time in the city yesterday? Did you do everything you'd like to?
I'd say so.
It was nice. Got to do some shopping.
Constructive.
Wonderful. Well, our ritual is about to begin shortly, so if you would all follow me, we can head to the top of the council chambers.
Very well.
Alright. Durgle leads you guys up a like spiral staircase kind of towards the back of the main hall that you entered in through. And then once at the top, you guys kind of enter sort of this like atrium. And there you can see Callum sitting cross-legged in the center of the room, holding one of the pieces of the Firite. And then kind of surrounding him, you see 3 of his like advisors that accompany him. And so these 3 advisors are kind of standing in like a way that sort of forms like a triangle behind Callum. And then finally, Durgal, he takes his place in front of Callum, between Callum and you guys, kind of towards the bottom of this shape, kind of forming like a elongated rhombus of some sort. You guys all take a seat. The lights of the atrium kind of go a little bit dark, dim for a second. The ritual starts off with the 3 advisors and Durgal all lighting a candle right in front of them and placing it down on the ground. Callum begins sort of just like silently just like holding the stone and giving a very small prayer in a whisper, basically. As he does so, Durgal, as well as the 3 advisors, get to their knees and begin whispering and praying as well. And as this is all happening on the ground, you can see like 2 lines of bright red forming on the floor as they sort of curl upwards and meet the 2 advisors on the sides. Then finally they like come back down, hit Callum, and then go back up once more and come to a point at the 3rd advisor in the center of back there. And you can see on the floor it forms like basically a fire shape. Callum whispers some more, and Simonor, you kind of recognize what's happening with the stone. In fact, the stone does a lot of the same things that it was doing when you were praying, but it's become much brighter, and you can actually physically see like smoke coming off of it, which you can tell that it's much hotter than where you even got it. Somehow Callum is able to sort of resist this heat. Finally, the ritual kinda continues on. Callum, continuing to hold the Rite, begins to sort of slowly just lift in the air ever so steadily as the smoke from the stone kind of drafts under him, kind of pulling him up a little bit. He's only maybe about an inch or 2 off the floor, but it's noticeable enough that you can tell that he actually is like floating ever so steadily. Eventually, the stone gets to become brighter and brighter until it almost becomes like blinding to where you can't really see anymore what's going on. The light from the stone fills up the entire atrium, and as all this is happening, the whispers sort of become just normal speaking voices, and then finally much louder speaking voices, and finally sort of into like a loud chant. Callum, by the end of this, is about 5 inches off the ground, and at sort of the culmination of it all, you just have the stone just sort of burst into this big flashing light, blinding you all. Callum, he kind of hits the deck, just falls out of the air. The advisors quickly stop their chanting and notice this as well, as Callum is sort of just sprawled out on the floor, breathing very heavily. Sir, are you all right? I'm okay, but I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm still not strong enough to handle it. Finally, Callum kind of brings his arm out, and the stone kind of falls to the floor. One of the advisors kind of picks it up and quickly drops it soon after he realizes how hot it is. But he inspects it on the ground and notices that the stone has become like cracked right down the center. Just great. All this trouble that we've put these fine folks through and didn't even work. Guess we'll just have to find something else to try, but it doesn't look like Fire Rite ritual is going to be effective. Not with the shape that our Lord is in, and not with the crackstone now. The advisors and Durgal kind of discuss for a few moments, and finally Durgal comes back over to you guys. Well, unfortunately, our ritual didn't work, guys, but that doesn't dismiss the fact that we do appreciate all the work that you've done for us. Looks like we're just gonna be in the dark, both figuratively and, well, literally for the time being.
This ritual, do you think maybe given time and maybe enough power that it could happen, or is it too much for the Fire Rite itself?
Perhaps. Callum is still very young, and while he was able to handle quite a bit of it, unfortunately it looks like it's still too much for him at this point. As for the stone itself, it only keeps itself together with those who are able to handle its power. So, the stronger the wielder of the stone, the more dense, more, I guess, structurally sound the stone stays.
Is there another person that has powers like this? Maybe someone who's more experienced?
Unfortunately, Callum's the only one we know of. That's not to say that there could be others out there in the world, but they definitely do not come by often.
I guess we'll keep an eye out for someone with that kind of magic, as rare as it might be.
Of course.
Well, as unfortunate as the outcome was, I hope it was still a spectacle for you all to witness. And once again, we do appreciate everything that you've done. Do you have any questions?
I don't have any. Phowl Phantoms.
I
I
don't.
can't think of
Nope.
anything else.
Well, very well. I will get Callum to a resting place, and I will accompany you guys down in just one moment, so that we can say our goodbyes, and I'll let you guys be off. And so, Durgal, as well as one other counselor, grabs Callum and just sort of carries him off into another room. You guys head back down to the main hall downstairs, and finally, after a few moments, Durgal returns. And yeah, you guys all say your goodbyes. Durgal says to say hello to Hildebrand for him, and he kind of does a little dap up with Marner, and that's that. You guys exit the council chambers and head back out of the city. On your way out, towards the Ring of Fire district, you notice, once again, all of the many lanterns, although what's different about this time is that the lanterns are all flickering on and off, just sort of at different like increments. But every time they flicker on and off, they kind of turn into a different color. And Silmanor, you wonder if what you showed Callum yesterday had something to do with this.
Silmanor's just kind of going to look off in kind of deep thought. And walks with the group.
Alright.
We just make our way back towards Eden now, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything else left for you guys, so I guess we can call
Yeah,
it there.
Could I have one? Could we do one night's watch?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so on the way back, you guys set up camp. You guys decide night watches. We'll do 3 watches.
Yeah. Minerva, you mind taking first watch with me?
Sure.
I'll take the middle watch.
I can take the last watch.
Alright. Yeah, so first watch starts. Silmanor, Minerva, you guys are kind of just sitting out by the fire, having your chat. Just talking about everything that happened on this quest, just sort of coming out of it a bit more pleased than the previous one.
Mm-hmm. Say, Minerva,
Yes.
we've put it off quite a bit, but I figured I'd ask at this point. Who was that person to you?
Oh, that. I mean, yeah, we have been putting it off for a little while now. Well, I don't really know this person. I mean, what they look like or anything like that under their mask, but I have seen them before, and my one encounter with them wasn't very pleasant. Make a long story somewhat short. After I left my village for the, or after I left my village, I got worried and I came back. And I heard commotion, and there was this man who looked quite similar, probably was the same person, in our village, and he had this weapon, and he was shooting people. He went house to house, and he made sure no one was left. Luckily, before I got spotted, I was saved by my mentor, Fieron, who was the one who told him the location of our village. What he wanted with us, I don't know, but I'm not sure anyone made it out of my village besides me and him. Yeah, it's kind of... It was a not so great surprise to see him again.
I'm sorry.
Nothing we can do about it now. But sure glad that he didn't see me. I have no idea what he would do.
Man, crazy coincidence to run into him.
Yeah.
I kind of fiddle with the firelight in my hands.
Wonder what he wanted with that stuff.
Yeah.
So he like shoved into his weapon or something.
Makes you almost... You ever think that destiny exists?
Well,
I'd like to think so.
I share a quite opposite view to the whole destiny and fate belief. I feel like what you do with your life and what happens to you is determined by you, not a god or luck based on your choices, or at least that's what I believe.
But surely there's something meant for us.
Maybe. But if you were meant to fail, would you just accept it?
Of course not.
Neither would I.
Food for thought.
Hmm?
That was all I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I wish I knew more, but I mean, I've just had that one encounter.
And then I'll just spend the rest of the watch kind of staring at the firelight as I turn away. And that'll be it for me.
Minerva, any closing remarks?
No. Minerva's gonna spend part of her watch cleaning her new armor. And that's about it.
Alright. Ricard, you said you'd take second watch?
Yep.
Alright. Is there anything in particular you want to address, looking to do?
After now that both Silmanor and Minerva are asleep, I'll just vamp out my sword. I'll just look at it and just quietly say to myself, so close, but so far away from that sword. And even that just makes me one step closer to her. And that's it. And then I'll just go on my watch.
Alright. And finally, Joffrey. Picard is now gone to bed on his own. You have taken third watch. Is there anything you would like to address? Yutaka?
I think that's a no.
Well, I just saw his thing light up, so.
Oh,
Yutaka, are you
Taka,
there?
we can't hear you.
The Taku
Uh-oh.
dancing.
We see it lighting up, but we can't hear your voice.
Gritaka Benkai. No, nothing.
What was that?
I thought that was just an extremely muffled something.
Yeah.
He's in there, I know it.
There was another muffle.
Yeah.
Oh. He's trying to communicate with us. He's somewhere in there.
Yutaka, try to leave and come back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Are you fucking serious?
Wow.
Doesn't come back. Oh.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
still a little.
A little
A little
muffled.
muffled.
Did he just say, "Can you hear me?" and then fucking mute?
Bro.
Yutaka.
I'm gonna beat you in Wisconsin.
I think that's Yutaka saying he has nothing else.
Yeah.
Alright. If you did have something else, you can just text it to me and we can address it next time. Yeah,
That's- yeah.
so the rest of the time, you guys just travel back. No other obstacles. Make it back safely, and yeah, that is what we'll call it for tonight.
Hey, Brendan, do we level up?
No.
Do we?
Oh.
Every time. We have to ask every time.